Well, the government has developed a set of approaches and strategies and methods to ensure that students were returning to schools and also keep them safe and healthy for their learning on the campus. Well, the first of all is vaccination. All the faculties, I mean, everyone who work on campus, including those who work in canteens and libraries, have all got vaccinated obligatorily. And then for example, in Beijing, the secondary schools provide the students, all the students with vaccination services. And for other students, I believe almost all of them could get vaccination through the community-based services, just like everybody else. And also the schools have other measures, for example, disinfectation of all the facilities on campuses. And also before they go back to the school, the students have collected all the students' health information, including their travel information. So with all these measures to make sure that students can return to school safely. And then when students, before they...
I'm sorry, have you noticed any additional concerns among families and school administrators now that the Delta variant is circulating? And how can parents prepare, especially their younger children?
Well, there are also very strict measures, protocols for the students before they enter the campus. For example, everyone have to present we call the green health QR code that will indicate the information of contact tracing, quarantining, and vaccination. So they have to have their QR code presented at the entrance of the campus and also have their temperature checked. And also there are almost similar health protocols on all school campuses in China, such as including the washing hands and wearing masks, and also keeping 1 meter physical space between each other. And one thing I think that's very important for all the parents assured of their students' health is, according to the regulation you had mentioned, all the districts and also all the schools have to develop a kind of like an emergency response mechanism or contingency plan to get prepared for the outbreak of COVID-19, and also have to conduct a rehearsal. So without past the evaluation of such contingency or emergency response measures and a rehearsal, and they are not allowed to open their campuses.
So that being said, I mean, when you say contingency plans, could we see possible school delays or closures if there is an outbreak, and would new cases trigger going back to online or virtual learning?
Well, actually, this is how China's policy works. The Chinese government has formulated and issued a guideline, that's the regulation you have mentioned, by Ministry of Education. Then it's left up to the local education authorities to develop more specific plan, and even leave the discretion to schools to have their specific implementation plan. So in that case, for example, they will in China, the areas and also the schools in those areas are categorized into high risk and medium risk and the low risk areas in accordance with the number or existence and number of the reported COVID-19 cases. So for those who live in the high-risk areas, there will be plan for the delays of the school reopening or starting of the new semester. But for those low-risk area or safe areas, the school will be reopened on schedule. So this kind of this regulation or policy will be implemented by categories of the schools and areas, and also by phases. And now, for example, in Beijing, perhaps some school will stagger their school opening, but at present stage, all the school are get ready to open their school next week.
All right, we're out of time. Professor Yan Wang, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate